Hello and welcome to Daily Bread, Thoughts for Your Devotions. Guys, I am really excited because on Saturday, I get to go get a haircut, and my wife is really looking forward to me looking a little less disheveled, and I am looking forward to seeing something different in the mirror than what's been growing on top of my head for the past 2 months. But I hope that you're feeling a little bit back to normal, perhaps incrementally back to normal, because it's not all going to happen at once. And in fact, I think it's going to be a pretty slow process. But that really feeds into what we have been talking about these past few days. We started with talking about the film Groundhog Day and Phil, which is Bill Murray's character, how throughout the film he slowly sort of changes into a more self-possessed man, and by that I mean he is in possession of himself. He's not trying to look to other people to use them in order to make himself feel better, but he feels good about himself, and from that abundance he's able to pour into other people. I think that a lot of Christians believe that once you become a Christian, you have to be mature right away. Or once you're a Christian, you have to, your life is going to look drastically different overnight. It's like we believe that if we have received our faith one day, we go to sleep, and the next day we expect to be 100% different. Or if we have a renewal of our faith, we come back to faith maybe. We expect that the next day we look like a full-fledged Christian, completely sold out for Christ and whatever sort of images that conjures for you. But that's not what we see. And in fact, that is the very thing that burns people out when they first become Christians or first are interested in the faith, is they receive some sort of grace from God and they think, I want more of that. And then our brains take over. So we feel this freedom in our heart, and then our brains take over and say, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it all the way. And it doesn't last for too long. You see, Christian maturity is something that happens day by day. It sometimes happens very slowly. The point that I'm trying to get you to see here is that each and every day is unique. Each and every person is unique. And each and every person has their own path to growth, to maturity. And God is going to take each and every one of us down a different path. Yes, it may all culminate, and it will all culminate on the last day when He comes back again, when Jesus comes back again and raises all the dead back to life, and we're all at peace and harmony with one another and with God and with creation. However, in this life, we all have different paths. And our path to maturity is going to look different for me, as it will look different for you. And so it's not fair for you to expect to go to sleep and wake up the next day a completely different person. That's not long-term change. And there are plenty of life examples that I can point to. So the fictional example is Groundhog Day, right? It takes a long time for this to happen for this character. We don't know how long. But also, I mean, you think about fitness transformations, right? People who actually get into shape and stay in shape. They're not people who are taking a whole bunch of supplements and starving themselves and crash dieting, right? In fact, the people who keep weight off and stay in shape do it slowly because they know it's got to be a lifestyle change. The same is true for our faith. Now, it's not all about us buckling down, clenching our knuckles, right? And saying, I'm going to make this a lifestyle change. Rather, it's about slowly learning to trust God. Learning what His voice sounds like. Learning what it means to be in relationship with Him. So I would pray that for you now. As we look back on this week a little bit and look forward to tomorrow's live stream, think about, where are you growing? Are you growing in the right direction? Have you thought that you had already arrived? Or do you have some goals that still need to be met? I'm praying for you, and I'm praying that God would show you those things, and also that He would lead you towards more maturity. Now I'm excited because tomorrow at 8 p.m., one of my favorite people, Pastor Dave Murillo here in San Antonio, he pronounces his last name Murillo. Dave Murillo is going to be joining us. We're not going to be face-to-face, but we're going to be sharing screens. And so tomorrow at 8, I hope that you would join us both in a conversation about Groundhog Day, uniqueness, and spiritual growth. Until then, God bless.